8 games in the regular season, had 5 playoff games total for the Big Three, eliminated at home by the Bucks in 7. We hear from the Nets, starting with general manager Sean Marks.
Obviously, we're committed to them. I think, they play a big role in how we're going to continue to build this, how we're going to drive our culture and the identity of our team. And I think what you see out there is when they were healthy, that's a very, very elite unit. And I don't see any shortage of people wanting to play with them, people wanting to play alongside them, or them wanting to be a part of something here.
I don't know how much you can look at widespread changes when we really just want to make sure all our guys are available and healthy. The emotional side of it, I think we got to take and use to our advantage and use the pain and the experience to galvanize the group and our culture and clearly identify how we want to move forward.
Interesting right there. Coach, outside of health, what does this Nets team lack going forward?
They just need to make sure they can sign enough players that they trust for Steve Nash to keep those other 3 guys healthy. Look, it came down to health. We understood how good this team was. And I kept telling people said they couldn't play defense. Yeah, when they made up their mind, you saw in the playoffs, they played defense. So the most important thing that hurt them is when they had the injuries to 2 of those key players, Harden and Irving, they didn't have the depth behind them that Steve Nash had confidence in. So I would say my advice to Brooklyn is this. Regardless of who's on your bench, you're going to have 82 games next year to develop a bench and get confidence and develop guys. And I'm going to go to Ty Lue. Look what he did with the Clippers. He used everyone in those series that was available to him. There's a reason why you have 14 guys on your team, and there's a reason why they all get paid, not just your top players because they're all viable NBA players. You just got to figure out how to use them.
Mm-hmm. So we all know that they have talent, but what about this chemistry? What's going to be the biggest thing they need to do as far as that Big Three getting more familiar with each other going forward?
They got to be together. Coach, this. You got to put the time in every day, the practices, the games, the workouts, go to dinner with each other. Get that chemistry going. There's times where Kyrie took some time away from the team for personal reasons. Obviously, injuries are a part of the game. We've seen that happen throughout the course of basketball. But they got to spend time together as a unit, putting the work and the grind in every single day. Those championship teams, they do that. They got trust in each other. To Coach's point, you got guys on the bench that they trust to put in the game. Steve Nash didn't have that in Game 7. That rotation was real tight, Coach, in Game 7. To the point where it hurt them down the stretch in overtime. So they got to spend time together, build their chemistry, and be healthy.